Join me as I dive deep into the Bible and put its claims to the test. Can it stand up to scientific scrutiny? The question of the Bible's scientific accuracy is a significant one in today's society, where faith and science often seem to be at odds. Many people struggle to reconcile their religious beliefs with the empirical evidence presented by science. This struggle is evident in the numerous debates and discussions that take place online, in schools, and in communities. The Bible is a complex and multifaceted text that has been interpreted in many different ways throughout history. Some people see it as a scientifically accurate guide to the natural world, while others view it as a collection of myths and legends. As we explore the question of the Bible's scientific accuracy, it's essential to consider the various perspectives and interpretations that exist. The relationship between faith and science is a delicate one, and it's often difficult to separate the two. Many scientists are also people of faith, and they struggle to reconcile their religious beliefs with their scientific knowledge. This tension between faith and science is a major obstacle to understanding the Bible's scientific accuracy. The search for answers is a lifelong journey, and it's one that requires a willingness to question and challenge our assumptions. As we delve into the Bible and examine its claims, we must be prepared to confront our own biases and preconceptions. By doing so, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complex issues at play and develop a more nuanced appreciation for the relationship between faith and science. People often assume that the Bible and science are mutually exclusive, that you can't believe in one without rejecting the other. However, this isn't necessarily the case. Many biblical accounts can be seen as complementary to scientific knowledge rather than contradictory. The debate between faith and empirical evidence is a long-standing one, with each side having its own set of arguments and counterarguments. The biblical account of creation is a prime example of this debate. Some people interpret the story of Genesis as a scientifically accurate description of the origins of the universe, while others see it as a mythological or allegorical tale. The story of the flood is another example, with some people believing it to be a historical event and others seeing it as a metaphorical or symbolic story. The concept of miracles is also a point of contention between faith and science. Many people believe that miracles are supernatural events that defy the laws of nature, while others see them as unexplained phenomena that can be studied and understood through science. The biblical account of miracles, such as the parting of the Red Sea or the resurrection of Jesus, are often cited as evidence of the Bible's supernatural origins. The scientific community approaches these claims with a healthy dose of skepticism, seeking to understand the natural causes behind these events. This doesn't mean that scientists are opposed to the idea of miracles, but rather that they seek to understand the world through empirical evidence and observation. The debate between faith and science is not necessarily a zero-sum game, where one side must be right and the other wrong. In fact, many scientists are also people of faith, and they see no conflict between their religious beliefs and their scientific knowledge. They believe that the natural world is a creation of God, and that science is a way of understanding and appreciating that creation. The biblical account of the natural world, with its emphasis on the interconnectedness of all living things, is often seen as a precursor to modern ecological thinking. The story of Noah's Ark, for example, can be seen as an early example of conservation and environmentalism. The biblical account of the flood can also be interpreted as a warning about the dangers of environmental disaster and the importance of taking care of the natural world. By examining the biblical account through a scientific lens, we can gain a deeper understanding of the natural world and our place within it. The biblical account of the creation of the universe, with its emphasis on the beauty and wonder of the natural world, can also be seen as a precursor to modern scientific thinking. The idea that the universe is governed by laws and patterns, and that these laws can be understood and studied through science, is a fundamental concept in both biblical and scientific thought. Many biblical accounts can be interpreted in a way that aligns with scientific understanding. The story of the Exodus, for example, can be seen as a historical event that was shaped by natural disasters and environmental factors. The biblical account of the parting of the Red Sea can be interpreted as a description of a natural event, such as a tsunami or a storm, that was seen as a miracle by the ancient Israelites. The key insight here is that the biblical account and scientific understanding are not mutually exclusive. In fact, They can complement each other, providing a fuller and more nuanced understanding of the world. By approaching the biblical account with a critical and open-minded perspective, we can gain a deeper appreciation for the complex relationships between faith and science. The relationship between faith and science is complex and multifaceted, and it's one that requires careful consideration and critical thinking. As we've seen, the biblical account can be interpreted in a way that aligns with scientific understanding, and that the two are not necessarily in conflict. The main points to take away from this discussion are that the biblical account and scientific understanding are not mutually exclusive, and that a critical and open-minded approach can help us gain a deeper appreciation for the complex relationships between faith and science. The question of the Bible's scientific accuracy is a significant one, and it's one that requires ongoing discussion and debate. By examining the biblical account through a scientific lens, we can gain a deeper understanding of the natural world and our place within it. In conclusion, the biblical account and scientific understanding can complement each other, providing a fuller and more nuanced understanding of the world. Check out my other videos on religion and science for more insights and discussions on these complex topics, and share your thoughts in the comments below.